The Guerilla Eye Service, or GES, is a mobile ophthalmology clinic that provides free ophthalmic examinations to individuals in the greater Pittsburgh area. The patient population at many GES sites includes underserved and underinsured patients, many of whom are refugees. Since GES was founded in 2005, volunteers and staff have seen nearly 500 patients per year.
The idea was we'd get all the equipment we needed, packed up into suitcases, packed up into a van, and form sort of a command no eye squad, where we'd go out, set up quickly an eye lane or two, see as many patients as we could, break it all down, and come home. The initial motto was travel light and save sight.
For each GES mission, one medical student signs up to be the mission leader. That person drives the GES van and equipment to the mission site, where other volunteer med students meet up and help unload. Tonight, the site is the Birmingham Free Clinic in Pittsburgh's historic South Side. The equipment, which has been purchased for GES's use through donations and grants, is set up by the students. Gradually, more volunteers arrive, including medical students, ophthalmology residents, and an attending physician. The mission leader conducts a brief huddle with the volunteers before bringing in the patients. During the huddle, the mission leader will quickly review the workflow of the clinic and crucial parts of the examination and answer any questions. Then, over the next 3 hours, 10 to 12 patients will be examined.
Hello, Jerome. How are you doing?
Each medical student brings a patient to an examination room to take a comprehensive eye history. Afterward, the student performs a basic eye exam.
Can you try it all?
No.
Okay.
A medical student and resident refract the patient's eyes if correction is needed. Then the patient receives a full slit lamp exam, followed by a dilated exam, including indirect ophthalmoscopy and imaging with a retinal camera. Finally, the patient is educated on the findings. Once the exam and all tests are finished, the medical student and resident discuss the history, exam findings, and tests to formulate a plan. Finally, the medical student presents the patient to the attending to confirm findings and management. Depending on their presentation and diagnosis, patients can receive prescriptions for common ophthalmic medications. Those who require more specialized care are referred to the necessary clinic. Patients who need glasses receive vouchers to help cover the cost of their prescriptions. And occasionally, organizations like Mission Vision provide glasses on site. The patient is advised to follow up at a future GES mission. Those patients who have a disease will be called from the GES office to make an appointment for free follow-up care.
Mi nombre es María Ernestina Hernández. Estoy aquí en esta clínica de UPMC atendiéndome de mis ojos y de la diabetes, y estoy muy contenta con todos los doctores de aquí.
We consider it a win when we find someone who has diabetic retinopathy that needs to be treated, but we also consider it a win when we see the 16-year-old in school who's not doing so well at the blackboard, and we manage to prescribe glasses for her 3 diopters of astigmatism. There's an enormous amount of energy we get from this. You come out on a Monday evening to the Birmingham Clinic, and it doesn't matter how many patients you've seen during the day, it doesn't matter how many times you've refracted, how many times you might have been chastised by a patient who wasn't terribly happy with your care or the waiting time in the office. You come to the clinic here and there's a whole new energy. It just recharges you for weeks to come.
One thing I really like about GES is that we're working in an underserved community, and there are times when we diagnose diabetic retinopathy, narrow angles, and without the service, these patients wouldn't be able to get care and get the diagnosis, so it's been very rewarding helping people in that way.
Community outreach is something that's very important to me. I think as a future physician, I have to understand that there'll be people who will be privileged enough to be able to afford quality care, whereas there are other people who may be part of the working class or homeless or uninsured, and they don't have access to these same privileges. And so it's really nice to be able to get out in the community and not only be able to help people, but kind of reinforce some of the knowledge that I'm learning in class And when I see something in a textbook and then I see it in the clinic, I think, wow, this is why I need to learn this. And it's really nice because as a medical student, I don't necessarily know everything that I need to know to help a patient, but in community outreach, I feel like I'm making a difference to someone. And so I just love doing this.